garage door needs. You'll work with our experienced technicians and be ensured that your new door seamlessly complements your home. Give us a call at 402-590-5800 or visit us online at doorsplusllc.com. Doors Plus, garage doors, and more.
What's better than supporting your favorite radio station and eating delicious Nebraska-made products? Smoking Gun Jerky of Nebraska wants to highlight you, the listener, on the 93.7 The Ticket Wall of Fame at the store. Stop by the store at 48th and R in Lincoln and see their huge variety of small batch gourmet jerky. Or if you're not in the area and want to try some, go to smokinggunjerky.com and enter code EARLY for 10% off your purchase. It's the ultimate low-calorie, high-protein snack at Smoking Gun Jerky of Nebraska.
With UBT, you've got total control over your money. Like Doug, who runs his game day tailgate like a well-oiled machine.
I got burgers, brats, chicken, dogs, plus all the fixins. And with the UBT Go app, I can track my food spending from anywhere.
Pro move.
They don't call me Grill Sergeant for nothing.
No matter your goals, UBT helps you feel good about reaching them. Union Bank and Trust. Member FDIC.
Harvest season is coming, and Acres has discounted many of our late model John Deere combines. Get thousands in discounts and upgrade for this year's harvest. Plus, you could save even more with interest rates starting as low as 1.9% on select units. Low interest rates combined with our huge discounts, there's not a better time to buy. Visit acres.com for all the details. That's AKRS.com. Restrictions apply. Offer ends August 31st, 2025. Subject to approved financing. Offer may change at any time without notice.
Hey fans, there's more winning at Amigos with the VIP Game Day giveaway. Every app scan is your chance to win premium tickets to a Nebraska football, basketball, and volleyball game, along with exclusive game day perks. And when Nebraska goes to a bowl, the winner also gets 2 tickets, lodging, and airfare to the bowl game. Weekly semifinalists will win free food for a year. Go Big Red. Eat at Amigos and enter to win.
Yes, welcome into another episode of the Chalk Box here on 93.7 The Ticket. I am Jake Bachman in studio with your host of the Chalk Box, Ty Roderiques. Ty, how's it going today?
It's going good. How are you, man?
Oh, not too bad. It's good to be here on a Sunday. Made it through the rain. Hopefully it didn't get too wet coming in.
No, I did not. I missed it.
Yeah, nice. It was a quick rain. I don't know if it'll be coming back or not, but the heat has been out there for Lincoln, so that's fine. I'm sure a little rain won't hurt too much. Well, how's your weekend been outside of all of that?
I had a great weekend. I went to the Husker volleyball game on Friday, went to the football game on Saturday, just been doing some homework today. So it was a pretty solid weekend.
Yeah, absolutely. Get to get in and on some Husker wins and being able to enjoy that, some of the school spirit there. Any homework assignments taking up too much of your time already?
No, not too bad. Not too bad.
Oh, that's good. That's good. And so as usual, we'll open up the first segment, talk a little bit of gymnastics and kind of what's going on in Ty's life surrounding gymnastics. Part of the goal is to try to popularize the sport and get it rolling here. Then we'll jump into a little bit more of kind of breaking down those Husker events you may have went to, some of the NFL games. I'll probably ask how your fantasy team's doing every week. But as far as gymnastics goes, how did the week of gymnastics look for you?
It was a great week. We had some hard weight circuits in the mornings, but training was really good this week and just keeping my head down and working. That's all we can do.
And it was the whole team working together once again?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, that's going to be pretty standard. You said it's a team loaded with freshmen. Yeah. All the freshmen on campus ready to go.
The freshmen are looking good. They're looking really good. There's a lot expected out of the freshmen this year to step up and be in those lineups and compete and contribute, which is not really expected out of most teams. So it puts a big chip on all of our shoulders, but I think that we're ready for it, and we're showing that we're going to be ready for it.
But obviously, Nebraska, one of the who's who of men's gymnastics for college gymnastics. When you say that's not typical of a freshman, how many schools do you think there would be quite a bit of pressure compared to not when you're getting there?
I would say every single school coming in, you're going to have a ton of pressure. But most schools, freshmen don't really compete anyways. I mean, at NCAA championships every year, you'll see maybe 1 or 2 freshmen compete just about for every team. And this year we got 8 on the Huskers. So I'm thinking we'll probably have around 4 or 5 competing at national championships this year, which is a really big toll and it's a really big responsibility, but it's one that I think that we're ready for. And we've got the coaching staff, we've got the guys, we're all bought in. I think we're going to have a great year, and I'm really looking forward to it.
And why is it that freshmen don't get to play or get too much time to get out there and compete? I mean, obviously, experience helps at the next level, but there's always kind of the special talents that move through.
Coming in every year, the talent pool just gets better and better every single year. There are guys that come in all the time that are sometimes even better than some of the people on the existing team already. But normally freshmen just don't have the experience to compete at these big meets yet, and they haven't had anything in high school or before that really even compares to the NCAA. So if you're a freshman and you're in there competing, that means that the coach and the team trusts you enough to put the team on your back. And you don't see a lot of teams that have that kind of trust for somebody that young, but that's what makes Nebraska so special.
And was that part of kind of what interested you too? Was the opportunity when Nebraska came calling?
Yeah, I was definitely interested in the fact that I felt like I was going to be an immediate contributor on the team, and I knew my place, I knew my spot, and I knew that it was going to take a lot to work there. But I felt like I was already going to be one of those guys that was considered very highly on the team by the coaches and by the other athletes, and that definitely went into my decision. But even not competing and just sitting back and learning from these older guys, it's just as valuable because they have years and years of experience that I haven't had yet. And they've made mistakes, they've lived and they've learned, and they pass it on to me. And it's experiences that I wouldn't trade for the world, and their teammates that I wouldn't trade for anything.
And this is stuff you're talking about already kind of happening before you kind of get into the full swing of things. You've been able to kind of learn from some people that have been there before.
I really have. It's been really good to learn from past athletes. We have a couple guys on the team that graduated last year that have decided to stay and continue training. And I get to train with them every day, and they teach me skills, they teach me techniques, mental techniques, and they just pass their knowledge into me every day. And I'm very thankful to have that because almost everybody doesn't have somebody that older and wiser than them helping them that intentionally. So I really appreciate it.
Well, it's kind of interesting because there is, like you said, they've kind of gone into the senior year or kind of or moving along past the college level. Do you kind of view them more as coaches or somewhere kind of in the middle?
No, I still view them as teammates.
Okay.
They have the same goals as me, and I want to see them reach those goals. They want to see me reach those goals. And so we work together. We challenge each other. I'll give them a correction every once in a while, but it's mostly them. I really see them as more mentors than anything now.
And as far as the team makeup too, about how many people compete for a typical gymnastics team, and what is Nebraska looking at? Is it all, roster size the same from year to year?
So every team is allowed a roster max of 20 gymnasts. So you can't go over 20. If you go over 20, you have to cut some guys. Every meet, every competition, 16 out of the 20 guys travel, and 12 are allowed on the floor to compete, but only 4 are allowed on every event to compete as a score. And if you're not competing, you're a reserve. So if one guy goes down in warm up, some guy has a cramp right before he goes and he can't go in, the reserves can sub in. But there's only 12 out of the 16 guys that travel. They're allowed to be on the floor to be reserves.
Okay, and is there I'm going to ask you this week, but I was trying to remember. Of course, we have a new audience. Is there a redshirt opportunity if you don't compete too much?
There is a redshirt opportunity.
Okay.
You are only allowed to compete at one competition max if you want a redshirt, but it typically has to be for a medical reason. Like they can't just technically redshirt you just because you didn't compete. You would have to get special clearance from the university, but it typically is going to be only for injury-based reasons.
And for most teams, as you kind of look across the country and then, kind of localize the answer here at Nebraska too, is it a lot of regional gymnasts from their area, or is it more kind of a nationwide recruiting for most teams?
It's definitely not local. We have people from all over. I have teammates from California. I'm from Tennessee. Teammates from Illinois. But then we also have teammates from Canada and South Africa and Romania. So it's not just nationwide, it's worldwide gymnasts that come here for the specific reason to be a part of this team because they know how special it is to be here and how special of a program this place is. And they wanted to be a part of that, and we wanted them to be a part of that. And I still believe that this is the best place in the country for men's gymnastics, and I stand by that.
Yeah, that would be exciting to see as it go through. Has been certainly over the last several years. So I guess kind of sifted through your answer a little bit too. It's obviously not regional, more worldwide and national. Are there any Nebraskans on the team? Or
We
is that
had
pretty rare?
we had one guy who graduated last year who was local. He was born and raised in Lincoln, and we actually have a kid from Omaha on a recruiting trip early October. So it's not rare that it happens. It's happened before. It's not typical. Like we do tend to recruit guys out of the state, even out of the country.
And you obviously, I mean, this is a way down the line. You're a freshman in college, for goodness sake. But would you ever have interest? I know how much interest you have in just raising the sport and the NCAA aspect of it. Would you ever have interest being a coach? I know your goal is kind of broadcasting side, but have you ever given any thought to that?
I don't know. Too early to tell.
Yeah.
I definitely, if the opportunity presented itself, I would think about it before I turned it down or accepted. I would definitely think about it. It had to depend on where it was, salary, what it did for my future. But it's not something that I would be opposed to. So, yeah, that's all I can say on that.
Now. Well, what do college staffs look like? Is there a limit on them? Is there different specialties, or what's obviously in football you got offensive, defensive coordinators, or there particular types of coaches in gymnastics other than the head coach?
So in the NCAA, every team has 3 coaches. So it's a head coach and 2 assistants. And the way that it works in Nebraska is we have 1 head coach and 2 assistants, and each coach takes a group of guys. It's about 7 on each group, and each coach has their own group. And that's how it works. So technically, one of them is superior because he's the head coach, but all of them kind of share the same balance, and there's not really a superiority complex to it. But
yeah, that's very interesting. So who are the coaches, and how did you get selected to that group, I guess?
So our head coach, his name is Chuck. He's been here for about 60 years. He was a multiple-time national champion and All-American. Our assistant coach is Jim. He was the 1984 Olympic gold medalist in LA. He's a 20-time All-American and a multiple-time national champion in NCAA. And then our other assistant coach, his name is John. He was also a Husker, All-American. Just 3 very decorated gymnasts. And I trained with John. He's my coach. And he selected that he wanted to work with me and his group, and I wanted to work with him. And it's been going great. And he's a fantastic coach. He's a great person. He's a family man. He's a great dad. And I love working with him. I also loved over the summer when I worked with the other 2 coaches. They're also fantastic. There's not one coach on the team who is even on the planet of being a bad coach or anything. Like, they are all fantastic coaches. And everybody that's in their groups, whether you're in Chuck's or Jim's or John's, they all love it. And they all work really hard and really well. And they're all improving steadily. And they're just amazing coaches.
Do they have similar styles? I mean, obviously, always different styles. Sometimes it can be a soft-spoken guy that just kind of get straight to you. They can be the motivator. They have similar styles?
They definitely do not have similar styles. They're all pretty much polar opposites. Chuck he's more laid back than most. He's tailors to the athletes more. There's a lot of communication with him. Jim is the opposite because about 6 years ago, Jim lost the ability to talk in his vocal cords. So when he's giving you a correction, he has to write it down or signal it with his hands. So it's sort of tough to understand him, but in my opinion, he is the smartest coach in America. So he's a great coach because he knows just about everything. And John is very technical. He likes statistics a lot, and I would say that his coaching style aligns with that.
Mm.
Just very technical is what I would say
Yeah.
his style is.
And is there an approach that has kind of worked with you in the past? As you've had different mentors and coaches in the past, do you find it, certain athletes kind of work with and respond better to different coaching styles? Do you think you can kind of work with all of them?
Yeah, I think you can work with all of them. I would say that you will thrive better in some places than others, but to each their own. Every gymnast is different, every person is different. So I think that the coaches, when they meet the athlete, they'll see which group he would fit in because, I might fit in with this coach and my other teammate might fit in with this one. But that doesn't mean that they're going to be not successful because they're in somebody else's group. It's just you're put in a group because it's where the coaching staff believes that you will thrive the most. So,
Yeah. And when you were recruited, did you know which group you were going to go into, or did all the coaches kind of help recruit you?
no, all the coaches helped recruit, but you didn't know where you were going to be. I didn't know where I was going to be until I was here for 7 weeks.
Oh, okay.
So,
Yeah, interesting. And then as we get into, getting into a meet and preparing, right before a meet starts, what's the process? How long do we have to give you? Is it 10, 15 minutes to get ready? Half an hour, 2 hours? I mean, what's the process of getting ready for a meet?
Are you talking about just like grooming or?
Well, just in general. Yeah. I mean, you got to obviously wear certain stuff, get chalk ready. I don't know what all goes into it, I suppose.
Oh, so it's actually very interesting how gymnastics works in terms of competing. You will actually show up 2 hours before the competition starts, and you'll go around on every event and you get 15 minutes to warm up on every single event. You start with a 15-minute general stretch, and then you'll go around all 6 events, 15 minutes each, and then you'll get a 30-second one touch per athlete, and then you'll show the event, you'll compete the event, and then you'll go to the next event, another 30-second one touch, and then you'll compete the event. They do that so it's speedy for the audience and you don't have to just watch the gymnasts warm up for 15 minutes. They make the meets a lot quicker because it's only about 5 minutes in between every single event.
And are you working specifically on your routine when you're doing that? Or are you kind of
you're just warming up?
Just showing up,
you get about 3 to 4 turns on every event. So what in those 3 to 4 turns, you do what you need to be able to compete and show your routine.
Okay. How about as far as actually getting ready, getting the clothes on and all that?
Yeah, I mean,
is that pretty standard? Yeah, I mean, you don't do it in street clothing, but yeah.
No, you just you shower, you put on deodorant, you just put on the uniform. Like 15 minutes tops.
Yeah. Do they have the uniform ready for you? Or is that something you got to bring yourself?
It's something you got to bring yourself and wash yourself and not forget.
Yeah.
You got to be very responsible.
Yeah. How many of them do you get?
I think we have like 4.
Okay.
No, I think we got maybe 3 or 4.
And there's not like an alternate uniform day or something where you have to
no,
wear all black or something.
It would be cool if we had like a blackout game.
Yeah.
I might have to ask Chuck about that.
That would be pretty cool. But yeah, so that's all the fun. Then we talk about like this is the chalk box. How important is chalk in general to
very important.
To getting it going? Yeah.
Very important. It's the most essential thing.
Yeah. Have you done it without chalk before? I mean, yeah, it's pretty stiff.
Hurts your hands a lot.
Yeah. Fair enough. Are there types of chalk, or is it pretty much just all works?
You would be surprised. Chalk in other countries is like completely different. When I went to England, the chalk there is super soft. It is the softest thing you'll ever feel, and it doesn't even make you feel like you're wearing chalk. So when you travel internationally with Team USA and stuff, people will bring their own chalk and they'll bring their own equipment, so they don't have to like adapt to something else and give themselves another disadvantage for the competition.
Sure. Say that we're learning learning as we go here with diving into men's gymnastics. All right, let's go ahead and take a quick break here. Again, this is the Chalk Box with Ty Roderiques. You can hear it every week out on Sundays at 5 o'clock. So we're going to take a quick break. We will be back with more on 93.7 The Ticket.
At Valentino's, we're on a mission for tradition. On every slice, for every bite. Golden baked crust, cooked to perfection every time. Savory sweet sauce that's made from our own secret recipe. Loaded with the perfect amount of fresh toppings and melty mozzarella cheese. It's the tradition that Nebraskans have come to love. From game day to every day. Valentino's. Taste the tradition.
Give your furnace a break with the help of Heartland of Nebraska Windows. Heartland of Nebraska Windows offers a free estimate, full window replacements, all vinyl triple pane windows, and a lifetime warranty of everything, while still keeping their prices affordable. Sounds too good to be true, right? Heartland of Nebraska Windows is locally and family owned with their own team of installers. Give the window experts at Heartland of Nebraska Windows a call today at 402-430-3852 or visit them online at heartlandofnebraskawindows.com. Elevate your home or business with the help of Heartland of Nebraska Windows today.
A1 Automotive's second location is now open at 5110 State Hill Drive, just off of Yankee Hill Road. The new location continues to specialize in all makes and models and provides personalized service as they have for 15 years. With the school year here, A1 Automotive reminds you that college students get 10% off any service, and they offer free tire repair with a valid college ID. Schedule your appointment today at a1autolincoln.com and visit their new location in South Lincoln at 5110 State Hill Drive or downtown at 11th and L.
Have you been injured in an accident and don't know where to turn? You need an attorney you can trust to handle your case with professionalism and compassion. The attorneys at Liberty Law Group understand that a call to an attorney is a call for help. If you've been injured, we want to help you. Liberty Law's experienced attorneys are committed to the pursuit of justice for those injured. Call Liberty Law and find out how we can help you get the compensation you deserve. Call 877-42-LIBERTY. Call the trial attorneys you can trust. 877-42-LIBERTY.
Schweizo Construction is now hiring for skilled craftsmen, steel erectors, concrete workers, and general laborers. Schweizo Construction offers great benefits like premium wages, health and dental insurance, paid holidays and vacation, 401k with company match, life insurance, and disability insurance. They pride themselves on a legacy of 40 years built on integrity and trust. Joining their team means becoming part of a family that values hard work, dedication, and mutual respect. Apply today at schweizo.com. That's schwisow.com.
Since 1983, Fast Mike's Roll-Offs have been a trusted and reliable company in Lincoln and the surrounding areas. Fast Mike's handles all sides of construction projects, home renovations, or big cleanouts. With the perfect size dumpster to fit your needs, Fast Mike's Roll-Offs will haul it all. With same-day delivery in Lincoln, affordable rates, and top-notch service, Fast Mike's Roll-Offs make cleanup quick and easy. Call now at 402-450-6828 or visit us online at fastmikesrolloffs.com. Book your dumpster today. Fast Mike's Roll-Offs, cleanup made simple.
Are you looking for an exciting new way to put your skills to work? Explore new career options in the fintech industry at Currency, a Sandhills global company. We offer full-time positions in financial sales, compliance, operations, and other fields. We also offer a 4.5-day work week, an attractive benefits package, and opportunities for advancement. Put your motivation to work and grow with us at Currency. Visit gocurrency.com/careers to learn more.
Breaking here at the news desk. When you stack Allo Internet, DirecTV, and mobile, you can lock in your price for 2 years. Sources are confirming that when you stack Allo Internet, DirecTV, and mobile, your monthly price drops and you're locked in for 2 years. That's fiber fast internet, premium streaming TV, and reliable nationwide mobile coverage. And this just in, you must switch by Labor Day to secure that locked-in pricing for 2 years. Switch, stack, and save at allofiber.com/stack.
Bring new life to metal treasures with Kaiser Blasting and Coatings. From railings and fences to outdoor furniture and unique antiques, their expert team removes years of rust and weathering, then finishes each piece with a lasting powder coat. Trusted by industries across the region, now local homeowners and businesses can experience the same professional care. Visit KaiserBlasting.com or call 402-421-3559 to request your quote. Restore, protect, and make your metal shine like never before with the help of Kaiser Blasting and Coatings.
Gainlet Trucking is hiring CDL Class A and B drivers. their strong team culture makes it not a job, but a career. Gaina Trucking offers health, vision, and dental insurance, 401k with company match, an employee assistance program, and other bonus programs. Build a better career today with great team culture at Gaina Trucking. Learn more and apply today at GainaTrucking.com.
And we are back here on a Sunday night to some more of the Chalk Box with Ty Roderiques. I'm Jake Bakoven in studio with Ty, a freshman on the men's gymnastics teams. Ty, as I told you at the beginning, I was going to ask you, how's your fantasy team doing here in week 2? You've been checking it all day?
It's doing well. I'm undefeated right now. So.
Well, there you go. Yeah, off to a good start. How many times do you pick that phone out to check that every Sunday?
Probably like 30 times a day. I'm not, if I'm being honest.
Are you one of those guys that gets to the waivers and picks all the players?
Oh yeah, I live on the waiver wire.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, never a bad deal. So good luck to your fantasy team. Of course, from Knoxville, from Tennessee. And the Titans, I think, struggled to get a win today, but the Volunteers certainly had a chance to the other day. Probably the game of the year so far in college football.
I would say
an excellent game between Tennessee and Georgia. Georgia ended up winning in overtime. I think it's their 9th straight victory over Tennessee. But Tennessee had a chance with a field goal there at the end of regulation to get the upset win. What were you thinking going into that field goal?
Part of me knew he was going to miss it. With the false start right before that pushed him back another 5 yards, and they were already shifted to the right. And the kicker he's young. Part of me knew he was going to miss it, but I felt like no matter what, I was very proud of the way that they played. And I felt that the team they looked really good, and they're still young. They're still early in the season. And the college football playoff committee obviously thought the same thing because they didn't have Tennessee move one spot in the rankings. So I think that they're going to be just fine. Their season's not ruined at all. And I think that it'll work out in the end the way that it's supposed to for them. But I think that they'll be just fine.
Yeah, they should be fine. Made the playoffs last year, and had a couple losses throughout the season. That's the beauty of the new extended college football playoff. But it is, man, those Bulldogs, they're tough to get over. Maybe I thought this was maybe the year they could finally get it. At some point, it just has to go the Vols way, I would think.
You would think. There's always next year. There's always next.
That's right. So that's good, at least. On the other side of that, I was planning on all year kind of checking in on Nico Iamaleava in UCLA, but the battle's been won. It's already over. UCLA has fired their head coach,
it's over.
Deshaun Foster. 3 straight losses for the Bruins coming into the year. Nico again did not have a very good performance as they lost to New Mexico 35-10. Are you going to continue to kind of look into what he's doing every week, or at this point it's kind of done?
It's over. UCLA paid New Mexico more money than they paid Nico just for New Mexico to come in and beat them by 25 points. It's just so laughable at this point. There's nothing else that you can do. He obviously made the worst decision that anybody in college football has ever made, and he has to live with that now.
Well, it's interesting to on the reverse side to see Joey Aguilar. Again, you could play better in each game, and that close you maybe could win an extra play, but help lead Tennessee that close and be as successful as he has been with the Vols. And so you got to just give a tip of the cap, I think, to Josh Heupel and how he controlled that. Nico kind of came into Tennessee. If you're Willie, I guess you're a little bit more kind of familiar now with Nebraska. Similar hype and expectations as Dylan Raiola, correct?
I would say that the exact same situation. A lot of expectations, very highly recruited, a lot of NIL going into the situation. Big flashy guy, big chains, big cars. Nothing wrong with that. They're very similar in that way. And there was a lot of expectations. I would say that Dylan has more met those as opposed to Nico has, but it's a great day to be a Husker.
Yeah.
It's a great day to be a Husker.
That's right. You went to, so we talked a little bit about the alternate jerseys. What did you think of the all red uniform?
I liked it.
Yeah.
I wasn't expecting it. I didn't know that was going to happen, but I liked it.
Yeah, it kind of stood out there in a game that it's funny because the Husker fans, at least long ago, thought that those were cursed. Those all red uniforms. They had not brought wins to them in the past. But over the recent times, and people have been talking about, red, alternate uniforms, the blackout, all that. And they're not really winning all that much in their regular uniforms over the last 10 years. Now it looks like they are on the right track. You did say you go into another game. How was your experience? And did you stay till the end? There was some fans that did, some fans that said, you know what, I'm going to get ready for Michigan next week.
I stayed till about halftime, and it was really hot outside.
It was.
Just they were up by about 45 points. So I went home and just watched the Tennessee game after that. But I am looking forward to Michigan next week. I have picked Nebraska to clear against the Wolverines. I don't think that, in my opinion, I don't think that there's any Big Ten school besides Ohio State and Penn State that can come into Lincoln and beat Nebraska right now. I think that they have a hot streak going. I think that they have momentum. I think that everyone's bought in. And I think that the crowd is bought in. The fan base is ready for this. So I don't think that there's anybody outside of those two teams that can come into the boneyard and leave with the win. I don't think that that's possible right now.
Yeah,
and we'll see how it goes.
Moving up. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a chance against the top 25 opponent. Michigan did look good against Central Michigan, trying to get Bryce Underwood's feet behind him. It'll be an exciting game. Do you have any plans on what you're going to be doing around the game?
Sitting and cheering.
Yeah. I mean, are you going to try to go to the game, or are you going to be watching? Definitely making it. Do you have season tickets or a student athlete tickets?
Yeah.
To pretty much any event you want to?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Any
Yeah.
event.
Yeah, that works out pretty well then.
It's pretty sweet.
Yeah, that's not a bad deal at all. So there's some advantages to being a student athlete, I've heard. So that definitely works out. What are you looking forward to? What gives you most confidence? I guess how much confidence do you have in that call against Michigan again? Because they looked just as impressive as Nebraska did yesterday, although they do have a loss to Oklahoma on their season.
I have a lot of confidence in Nebraska next week. I think that Dylan Raiola is going to have to step up. His stats have been really good these last 3 weeks, but he's been overthrowing and underthrowing receivers left and right, and he's got away with it because he's playing Akron and Houston Christian, and Michigan's defense is just a little bit better than those two teams. And I think that if he's underthrowing these balls to the wide receivers and he's overthrowing them, then it's going to be impossible to move the ball. And I just don't know if Nebraska's defense is good enough to keep up with Underwood if Dylan Raiola can't move the ball. I do think that Emmett Johnson is going to have another breakout game against Michigan. Michigan's defensive line has been one of the worst in the Big Ten this year. And I think that Emmett Johnson has enough steam in him that this is going to be a really good game for him. I think that the game plan is going to be to feed him the ball as much as they can, whether it's running up the middle, running a screen pass. I think that that's going to be the game plan. And I think if they stick to that, they have a good chance to win. And if the crowd shows up, which they will, Dylan Raiola shows up, I think they've got a great chance to come out with a win.
Yeah, it's going to be fun, of course, too, because Michigan is, if you get the win against Michigan, then you can start kind of getting into dreamland of what kind of connected victories you can get from there, because Nebraska has a stretch of maybe what you'd call winnable games there. I'm kind of interested, too, with you being a freshman on the gymnastics teams, we know about how Nebraska is as far as on the top of the sport there, close to the top of the sport. Is there a similar deal when you go in? I mean, are there teams that you would face that you would think, okay, this is more Akron, Houston Christian, and then teams that you would say, okay, here's Michigan?
I mean, there's definitely teams that on paper aren't as talented as us at this moment, but I would say that there's not a single team that you would look at and think, oh, okay, easy win, because all of the teams have incredible gymnasts on them, incredible athletes, amazing coaching staff. So you have to bring your A game every single time. But there definitely are some teams that are better than us at the moment. Like there's Stanford, Michigan is one of them. And those are teams that we circle on the schedule when we compete. So we have to make sure we're on our A game against those teams.
Yeah. And it's interesting too. Obviously, with you going into your freshman year, do you think you're going to have a different approach or thought of? Obviously, a lot of it's just kind of with your own routine, what you do. But if you're going up against a senior compared to a freshman, does that Does that really even cross your mind, I guess, when you be going out there?
You try to not think about it. It's at this point, it's not about age anymore. It's about which guy is going to show up, which guy is going to be the person that's in the gym working and hitting his routines, and which guy is going to be able to put his hand up in the air and be able to put the routine down for the team. Which guy is going to be able to be somebody that the team can count on. Whether that's an 18-year-old freshman or a 22-year-old senior, it doesn't matter. It's which guy is going to be the guy that the team needs.
And kind of a similar line of questioning, what do you think that this will be when you go out there for the first time? What do you think your nerves are going to be like? Would you compare it to maybe Team USA, or where was that the most nervous you think you were?
Yeah, that was definitely probably the most nervous I've ever been. And I think that when I go out there for the first time, I think that I'm just going to try to forget about the nerves and just have fun. I have 19 of my brothers behind me, supporting me, wanting to see me succeed. And yeah, it's a team aspect. You want to do good for the team, but you're being selected for a reason. You're competing for a reason. It's because the coaching staff and the team around you believes that you are good enough and capable enough to hit this routine and to represent well. So I think if you try to stay in that headspace, that those nerves will kind of go away a little bit.
Yeah, sure. And just kind of like going into it too, though, was what did you do for the Team USA? Was that kind of how you walked down that same path? That's kind of get through your own head and say, you know what, I'm supposed to be here.
I would just try to remind myself that I was here for a reason and that I was competing because I was good enough. Sometimes when you get nervous, you don't really think that you're good enough. But I was just reminding myself that I had USA on my chest because I had earned it and I was good enough to be competing for Team USA. And when you raise your hand, you salute. If that's the only thing going in your head, you're going to do just fine. And you're going to be able to compete just fine. But if you're overthinking and you're telling yourself that I'm not good enough, it's just going to make things worse for you.
And when you see like maybe mistakes being made or something, is it common somewhat for that to happen at the beginning of the meet and then you kind of warm up throughout the meet? Or is it more common, I guess, for you to be crisp at the beginning and then you get tired as it goes on?
To each their own. I mean,
not necessarily one way or the other.
Yeah, I wouldn't say it's one way or the other. Some people do better on some events than others.
Yeah. And for you, is there like an event you get especially more nervous for, or is the first one kind of the one you've been building up all day, and then once you get that, you're kind of in the routine?
I would say that Pommel Horse nationwide, worldwide, is the event that most gymnasts get the most nervous for because it's the hardest event. And you're only on your hands and you're shaking and you're nervous. And when you get nervous, your body closes up and your muscles tense. So I would say competing Pommel Horse is really challenging. For those guys that can compete pommel and have ice in their veins and keep a good shape throughout the whole routine, those are the guys that win. So
that's the goal. And Pommel Horse, is that last in the day too?
Pommel Horse in Olympic order is second.
Oh, second. Okay. So yeah, pretty quickly in it. Yeah, that's interesting. All right, let's go ahead and take another break here. We got one more segment as we're, again, learning a little bit more about gymnastics for myself. And Ty knows all this stuff, so I'm glad that he's helping out with this. The Chalk Box with Ty Roderiques coming up after this break.
Amigos is celebrating 45 years with exclusive Nebraska Legends collectible cups featuring Tom Osborne, John Cook, and some of your favorite Huskers. For every cup sold, 50 cents goes to teammates. Show your Big Red pride by getting all 4 of these collectible cups at Amigos.
This is Tom Osborne with the Teammates Mentoring Program. We have students on the waiting list for a mentor. We want you to join the team. Learn more about mentoring and support teammates by visiting Amigos.
An overdose can happen in front of you and you might not realize it. Blue lips, slowed breathing, pinpoint pupils, choking sounds, unresponsive to touch or sounds. These signs aren't always obvious, but they can be deadly. Knowing what to do could save your friend, your neighbor, your child. Learn more by visiting myhealthymind.crediblemmind.com so you can be ready before it happens. This message is funded in part by the CDC OD2A grant.
This is former Husker and NFL linebacker Jay Foreman. For years, I've suffered from degenerative problems in both of my ankles, but thanks to a thorough and thought-out plan provided by Advanced Medical Imaging, I was able to get my life back with the least amount of pain as possible. While working through multiple options, the team of physicians at Advanced Medical Imaging were there to answer any questions I had. If you're experiencing any pain at all and want to get your life back, go to amimaging.com or give them a call at 402-484-6677. Advanced Medical Imaging, located at 7601 Pioneers Boulevard.
At Parkview Animal Hospital in Lincoln, it's not just their professional care that sets them apart, but their warm staff and state-of-the-art facilities. Whether it's for a routine checkup or a comprehensive medical procedure, at Parkview, your pet isn't just another number, but a valued member of their caring family. Visit them at pahlincoln.com today and in person just south of 14th and Pine Lake Road. Parkview Animal Hospital, your pet, their passion for happier, healthier, furry friends.
Limitless Male says it's all fun and games until your testosterone plummets. Testosterone levels can start falling as early as age 30 with symptoms like no energy, poor sleep, brain fog, belly fat, muscle loss, and mood swings. If this sounds familiar, get your testosterone checked at Limitless Male. We'll get you back in the game with more strength, energy, and confidence. When you feel this good, you'll wonder why you waited so long to get a free consult at Limitless Male. Get scheduled today.
I'm Karen Carr. I've been a realtor for 31 years. When I made a company change 12 years ago, I chose Lincoln First Realty, now NP Dodge. It's the oldest independently owned realty company in the country. Since becoming NP Dodge, we've continued our tradition of community involvement. Our management and staff are always available to offer support in marketing, technology, social media, and educational opportunities.
Expand your career with NP Dodge. Call Eric at 402-434-2222.
Are you looking to upgrade or improve the garage door on your home? This is Cameron Hall of Doors Plus. At Doors Plus, we guarantee to offer a wide selection of options from 5 leading garage door manufacturers as we deliver a free estimate, exact measurements, and rapid installation with a 3 to 5 week time frame. When you choose Doors Plus for your residential garage door needs, you'll work with our experienced technicians and be ensured that your new door seamlessly complements your home. Give us a call at 402-590-5800 or visit us online at doorsplusllc.com. Doors Plus, garage doors and more.
What's better than supporting your favorite radio station and eating delicious Nebraska-made products? Smoking Gun Jerky of Nebraska wants to highlight you, the listener, on the 93.7 The Ticket Wall of Fame at the store. Stop by the store at 48th and R in Lincoln and see their huge variety of small batch gourmet jerky. Or if you're not in the area and want to try some, go to smokinggunjerky.com and enter code EARLY for 10% off your purchase. It's the ultimate low-calorie, high-protein snack at Smoking Gun Jerky of Nebraska.
With UBT, you've got total control over your money. Like Doug, who runs his game day tailgate like a well-oiled machine.
I got burgers, brats, chicken, dogs, plus all the fixins. And with the UBT Go app, I can track my food spending from anywhere.
Pro move.
They don't call me Grill Sergeant for nothing.
No matter your goals, UBT helps you feel good about reaching them. Union Bank and Trust, member FDIC.
We're back once again here on the Chalk Box on 93.7 The Ticket, here with Ty Roderiques. I'm Jake Bakovin in studio from 1040 O Street. Of course, coming off another Nebraska victory, going into a big week against Michigan. But there were plenty of interesting kind of things going in the sports world that we can dive into. First of all, the Super Bowl rematch. I don't know where they are right now, but Kansas City and Philadelphia playing today. How big of Super Bowl has been for you, Ty, kind of over your life? Is that something the family kind of gets together for, a party at friend's house, or how do you usually do the Super Bowl?
Me and my family would always watch it together, and we would play games like guessing who had more passing yards, who won the coin toss, stuff like that. But we took it very seriously.
Are you a big, you sit back and tweet out your thoughts about the Super Bowl halftime show? You a big halftime show guy?
I think it's pretty subpar every year.
Yeah, it's nothing to get too excited about one way or the other. Super Bowl commercials. Are you into the Super Bowl commercials?
Yeah, I think they're pretty funny. I think they were funnier like 15 years ago, but I think they're pretty funny now.
It's crazy how much people spend for those and to see kind of the idea they come up with in the end to to push forward their company. Sometimes
Pretty silly.
it is. It can be. The Eagles, by the way, right now up on the Chiefs 13-10.
Okay.
About 8 minutes to go in that game. 4th and goal at the Kansas City 1. So tush push probably coming up here for the Eagles. Is usually how it goes. Nebraska, mixed results so far with that. I think a lot of teams do that. It's kind of interesting. The Eagles have so much success with it. The NFL almost wants to ban it, but it's not so easily done for everybody else.
Yeah, the Eagles, I think it was easier with Jason Kelsey too. He was just such a master at the tush push. But other teams have tried to do it, and they don't do it as well. And I think you can't catch lightning in a different bottle. I think that would be a saying that goes with it. And I think that's something that Philadelphia has just mastered.
They found a way to do it. So we'll see if that comes out successful once again. I think I asked you before, but with the Titans, kind of growing up, the Titans, maybe your team, not always in contention. You kind of became more of a Players fan than anything other than the Titans? Yeah.
Yeah, I like the players. I do. I like Cam Ward a lot. I like his game. I like his character.
Were you able to get go to Titans games? Get close
I've been to a
a
couple Titans games. They're pretty cool.
Yeah. And where is that relative to Knoxville?
3-hour drive.
Okay. Yeah, so a little bit getting going into it, but that's not too bad. Other event that happened the other night, local legend Bud Crawford getting the big victory. Did you stay up late for it? It was
I did.
like midnight.
I did watch it with my friends. I'm not a big boxing guy, but they all were very invested in it, and it was fun to watch it with people that cared so much. So, yeah.
Can you break it down? It's funny again because we're going through gymnastics, and I wouldn't know how to score gymnastics at all. But when you're watching boxing, you see their rankings that they put up to whoever they give the round to. Is it you kind of see where they're going with it?
Yeah, I could piece it together.
Yeah,
I could sort of understand.
That's the way I kind of am too. Is I could kind of tell you who wins the round, and they usually give out the prediction of it. But sometimes it's kind of tough. Sometimes well, they both got shots in there. I really couldn't tell you.
Yeah.
So that's when you get to the statistics that they kind of throw up and the different kind of stats that they pull out.
They kind of sort of both lost in a sense.
Or both won the amount of money they both come out of it with. But
exactly.
And two, I mean, it wasn't a knockout, so everybody kind of leaves standing up, and neither of those guys have been knocked out in their careers before. So I thought that might go the distance, and it was fun. So you stayed up for the whole thing.
I did, yeah.
You weren't trying to provoke everybody by cheering for Canelo, were you?
No, I was absolutely
not. There was nobody in that grouping for you guys.
Bud all the way.
There you go. That's good. Yeah, that's a good a good way to kind of get Nebraska more favorable with you, because everybody's behind Bud Crawford. Kind of interesting too. I always think it was kind of interesting. I don't know if you saw the post match, but Max Kellerman asked both guys, like, "Is this it? Are you done?" What do you think about sticking a mic in somebody's face about 30 seconds after they're done competing?
I think it's good for like the journalists and the broadcasters because the emotions are high. You're going to get your best content, but you definitely want to let them simmer down for a second. Catch their breath, maybe get some water. But yeah, that's my stance on that.
Yeah. Do they in gymnastics? Is there a media session? Does it follow like half an hour or something?
It follows typically after awards, so it lets the
Okay.
people kind of like settle down a little bit, regroup, meet with their team, meet with their coaches. So they're very respectful about people's boundaries.
Are there settings where they would pretty quickly put a mic in someone's face and interview them?
No, I don't think.
Haven't
Not in this
seen too much?
sport. Not
Yeah.
in this sport.
Yeah. I always find that interesting, and then you get mad. Well, he swore. He said something on national TV. Well, he's kind of
He's
kind
pretty
of
heated.
admitted,
He's pretty heated.
So yeah, and then you never know what kind of response you're going to get when you're emotional. You might say something a little bit more than when you wouldn't. So what other kind of events, sports have you got into? We talked about the Super Bowl and boxing. Are there any bigger like major events you like NCAA March Madness the first couple of days, or what's the kind of things you look forward to?
I get very into March Madness. I take my bracket very seriously and all that stuff. I've been getting into volleyball a lot recently.
Yeah.
So I really enjoy Husker volleyball.
Yeah, didn't you say you went to that game?
I
as
did.
well?
I went on Friday.
Yeah.
It was awesome. It was
Yeah.
super electric.
Yeah, and they face a top 25 team. It seems like every other night, so that's good at least.
Yeah, we beat them too.
Yeah, and not too much drama involved in that one. Was there? They lost the first set.
They lost the first set and then won the next three.
Yeah.
So they just started a little slow.
Yeah. And what do you think about the facility there? I was amazed at how well they celebrate their history.
It's pretty awesome. We actually compete in that facility as well.
Okay.
So it was really nice to be in there and see the crowd and just think about how in a couple months we're going to be in there with the crowd competing. And it was really exciting.
Where do you guys compete compared to the court? Or is it the same?
We compete in the same arena. We move the court and we put all the equipment in and we push up the stands.
Okay.
So we make it work.
Yeah. And have you ever seen that process? You don't have to be part of it, do you?
I'm not sure yet, but no, I've never seen it done in person.
That would be just kind of interesting from the outside, just watching them do it and see how long that kind of takes.
Yeah, it probably takes a long time.
Yeah, a lot of work that goes into that, but yeah, that's really cool. Is there any place for kind of obviously gymnastics has had their All-Americans when you come to Nebraska? Is there a wall or somewhere where you would look and say, hey, that's where I want to be?
We have a wall right next to our gym. Like right when you walk in, you walk past the wall of all past All-Americans. And it's super cool.
Yeah.
Super cool to experience that. Because like you feel like they're still with you. And these are the guys that built this program and paved the way for guys like us to be here now. And it's super cool to know about their legacy and to know that they had the same uniform on that I'm going to have in the next couple of months. So it's really cool to have that in your head when you're trying to go into practice and, maybe you had a hard day at school or, you're just not feeling too great. You're sore. You had a hard day at weights. You walk past that wall and you think to yourself, like, these guys went through the exact same thing and they didn't care and they still put their head down and worked as hard as they could. So
yeah, that's
motivating.
That is very motivating. That's cool. Have you ever taken the time to kind of I don't know, I'd be so interested, like Wikipedia some of these guys.
Yeah, I've read
see what everybody's doing.
I've read some of their names and I've seen if I could recognize some of them. One of the guys' names on the wall is actually one of my teammate and good friend's dad. So that's a cool little Easter egg.
Yeah. A legacy opportunity there.
Yeah.
Have you talked to him too much about what his dad's experience was?
Yeah. And it was awesome. He loved it a lot.
Yeah. It's interesting just going, because I went to a Husker game too with a former Husker, just talking about campus, and how it changes from decade to decade or the different things. It would be, even kind of more cool to kind of go through how the gymnastics program has changed and kind of what the guys like you said that paved the way, what they went through. Because like you said, it's similar at least, but obviously every decade and every building, different things kind of going on.
Yeah. I think that it's very cool to see how things have changed over the years.
Yeah.
And we are constantly evolving. And I'm excited to see what it's like in 30 years when I'm a former Husker and an alumni and I come back and see what the gym looks like, see what the team looks like, what the coaches are like. It'll be cool just to experience that.
Yeah, that'll be a lot of fun. Maybe you'll have a legacy kid at that time, but I'm not going to try to push kids on you right now. You probably be focused on something else. But in any case, let's go ahead and wrap it up here for today. Again, this is the Chalk Box here every Sunday from 5 to 6 with Nebraska freshman gymnast Ty Roderiques. Ty, thanks again for jumping in with us.
Yeah, of course. See you next week.
Yep, there he goes. All right, Ticket Weekends continuing next with the Post-Up on 93.7 The Ticket.
Harvest season is coming, and Acres has discounted many of our late model John Deere combines. Get thousands in discounts and upgrade for